I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken, I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sport. I'm excited about today's episode. We got to talk about that Warriors drama from yesterday, the Kings beating the Knicks. We got to talk about Fred VanVleet, and then we got Natural Average Top 5 today. I'm excited about that. Debuting this Friday. Well, today is Friday. Every Friday we're going to do this. But before we get started, I got my two bros with me. We got my man Tomo. What's good, Tomo?
Nothing, man. I see you in promo mode, man. He said for the debut on this Friday.
I know. Yeah, I'm excited. That's how you can tell.
But no, I'm good, man. You know, it's playoff season. And seems like Jerry Jones heard my final word yesterday, so he's freeing up that cap space. It's going to get ugly in the NFC East.
Hey, what's good?
I'm good, man. I'm ready for the show today. I'm ready for this top 5. Ready to talk about this Warriors, this Dillon Brooks and Draymond Green thing. Let's go, man. It's going to be a fire show today.
Yes, sir. And Tom, it's funny because in the chat that y'all gonna talk about in a second, you mentioned hugging with the Cowboys, you know, and then boom, the good news happened to help y'all do good in free agency. So you kind of spoke it up. All right. So
my watch now broke.
All right. So now look, y'all, for those who are on, please like this video, hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, we're looking to get towards 1,000 subscribers so we can bring better content for you all. So those who already subscribe, we appreciate it. We thank you guys. And for those who will subscribe, we appreciate y'all too. Also, share this video with somebody that you guys know personally so they can come on and watch live with us, because you can be involved. You can actually use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down. So keep using it. Keep putting the comments out. And Dave, I know we got these IG chats. Let's tell everybody about them IG chats that we have.
All right, so before I get into the exclusive one, I'm going to just put them all down the line. So we got NFL, NBA, boxing, Major League Baseball, college basketball, and college football. WNBA is mixed in with the NBA, but we haven't really touched on any of that just yet. It hasn't been really too many news about that. But I do want to say that we do have someone that we know personally, me and Joe, who signed with Seattle Storm, Kyla Charles. So congratulations. That I know this happened a while ago, but I actually want to announce it on the show that she is with the Seattle Storm. So had to put that out there. So shout out to, of course, again, it's Women's History Month. So shout out to all the ladies in sports and in the world. But in all these chats, we give you all the news that's going on, whether it's an injury, whether it's a trade, a release. Teams are saving a lot of cap space in the NFL right now. Ronald Darby just got cut by the Broncos. That saved them $12.7 million in cap space. So we got all those news and that stuff comes out. The WBC has started already. So a lot of stuff going on in baseball. All that has a lot of that information has been coming out.
Hey, Dave, real quick. I know you mentioned news. Javon was hollering about William Jackson. Still just released them. All right, go ahead.
That's the information that we put out right out there in the show. So that's you just got it right there live. And then the Refuse to Lose chat, we pretty much talk about any and everything in there. We don't really put too much news in there because that's what all the other chats are for. But we talk about those news in that chat. And we have debates in there. There was a debate today about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles and the Commanders. So all of that comes in there. Then somebody was saying that the Cowboys and the Commanders have our bottom tier organization. So that's a lot of stuff that we talk about in those chats. So if you want to get in there, you got to get into those other chats first. And you got to be active in those chats. You can't just be in the chat and not say anything. You got to be active in those chats. And you got to be active in the comment section.
That's true.
On the show. And then you got to come on the show and actually talk about something. You have an opportunity to come on the show and talk about your favorite team. That doesn't happen anywhere else. So if you want to come talk about your team, you let us know. We'll bring up the topic and that's your time to shine. Let us know what's going on with your team because there's a lot of teams we probably don't know much about. Like we don't know about the Pacers, and Tyrone has been saying that he wants to come on and talk about them after the season. We're like, nah, come on now. Come talk about them now. Don't wait until y'all make it or don't make it to come on the show. Talk about them now. You see, I'm talking about Miami right now. I was talking about them before the season, and we've been falling down. Joe was talking about the Kings, and they number 2 in the West. So come on now, you gotta talk about them. You gotta talk about them when everything's going on. Don't wait until everything's over. So that's the chats, y'all. If you want to get into those chats, put your IG name in the comment section, and we can add you to one of those chats. Not Refuse to Lose, but the other ones. You'll get into that one when you're able to come on the show and actually active in the other chats.
Let's get it.
And I understand why Ty want to talk about the Pacers after the season because they ain't gonna have they're gonna have a lot of time. Like they ain't making the playoffs, so he ain't gonna have nothing but time to come on here and talk about it. So that makes sense.
That's right. That's right.
All right, last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. So let's go to our first topic. We got to kick it off and talk about the first game of our doubleheader on TNT. Warriors versus the Grizzlies. Rivalry is brewing. Well, according to Draymond, there's no rivalry. But we all know what happened. Dillon Brooks said some words about Draymond and the Warriors. Draymond responded on the podcast, and coincidentally, they played right away on primetime television. And the Memphis Grizzlies had the best of the Warriors, beat them by double digits. So, and they were barking again after the game. So, we're going to just talk about the rivalry. What do we think about this back and forth between Dillon Brooks and Draymond Green? So, I'm going to kick this off. So, I know, like yesterday, we came on the show and we talked about John Morant. I think it was yesterday. Talked about John, or 2 days ago. I think one of us said that get rid of Dillon Brooks.
That was yesterday. I said it.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah. All right, Tom won't say that. So, I know we killed Dillon Brooks and everything. But he's doing it. When it comes to these Warriors, he's doing his job. The only thing I don't agree with Dillon Brooks is the injury to GP2. I think that was dirty. Anything that's not crossing the line, that's crossing the line, that's playing dirty. But all the talk he's doing, I actually like it, especially toward his Warriors team. It's a young, hungry team on the come up, and they're not afraid of this juggernaut of a franchise that's been in the last decade. So I don't have a problem with it. Now, when you talk trash, you add pressure to yourself. And Memphis, they don't when they lost in the playoffs, it's because they lost to the better, more experienced team. They didn't choke, kind of like what Minnesota did when they gave up 2 20-point leads in the same game. So, so I like that. They putting pressure on themselves. They believe in their superstar, John Morant. They have a great coach. And Dillon Brooks is they Draymond Green. Believe it or not, he's a Draymond Green. So I like it. Now, I also like Draymond Green too. I like what he did. I like the fact that he came on his podcast and addressed Dillon Brooks, basically telling him stay in your place. I like the fact that he on a press conference, he was like, ain't no rivalry going on. You have to win. We won 4, they won 0. All right. I like how he downplayed their win. It's hard for me to get up in March. I like that. Now, my only thing is this. Draymond is going to have to, he can keep talking, right? Which is cool. But he's going to have to perform eventually. Because last year, the reason why the Warriors made that run, they were a great defensive team. Draymond said that he's the anchor of the defense. Last year, they were the number 2 defense. And that's what Draymond Green being hurt a lot of the year. In my opinion, I thought they were number 1, and Boston was number 2. But they're number 2, which is still good. This year, they're 18. Obviously, a lot of that got to do with GP2 not being there. They traded for him. He's still hurt. I'm not sure he's going to make it back for the playoffs if they make it. And Wiggins only played 37 games. So Wiggins is a primary defender whenever they need a guy to shut down or slow down, Wiggins is our primary guy. And GP2 was last year too. So now So I think they will be okay because of that, but we don't know. They got to get better defensively. And Draymond, you said that you are the quarterback of the defense.
Uh-huh.
The offense is performing. They're one of the best offenses in the NBA. Defensively, bottom 15. So we'll see. Tomo, talk to us.
I
Grizz
like
unit. It's on the title, my bad.
it's all good. I mean, like you said, I was gonna come on and say the same thing, even though I told him to get rid of Dillon Brooks because outside of the Warriors rivalry, this is the only team he shows up for. Everything else, Dillon Brooks, he has a moment where he just goes MIA. So it's like he wakes up, like Draymond said, he does wake up in March. What's the name? Dillon Brooks, that is. Draymond went to Michigan State, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense why he don't wake up in March.
Oh my gosh.
Some people will get that. But Dillon Brooks' record against the Grizz, he was 6-9. So to him, it is a rivalry. Because I mean, until the Grizzlies can get into the Western Conference Finals and see them again in the playoffs and make it something, to him it is a rivalry. So you can keep talking about it. It's like big brother, little brother. So I'm gonna keep poking the bear, no pun intended, every chance I get. Because when y'all show up, I show out. And last night, what was he? I think in the series he averaged like 13 points, 2 rebounds, but he's not a starter, so these are good numbers for somebody coming off the bench. But last night, the whole rebound with the rubbing in the face and all that, it just seems like he got under their skin so much that they lost by double digits. You see what I'm saying? So obviously, Dillon Brooks is winning this matchup. Also, here's a few quotes though. I'm a better player than him. Dillon Brooks. He said, I'm the same player like him. To play like Draymond, all you got to do is wake up, show up on the court, and show out. And what he meant by show out is just like get a couple rebounds, pass the ball. Outside of that, I don't think Draymond's a good player. And I also like what he said at the end of the game when he was like, give Draymond the mic. Tell him keep talking about me so I can play better. So now you just gave this man more motivation and Jaws out. So he's going to get more minutes. So now he has to show and prove. Meanwhile, on the Warriors side of town, Steph is back, but they have like a 7-26 record on the road. So something has to get better there because at the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is have Dillon Brooks get the last laugh and they make the playoffs and then they go to the second round. They probably make it to the third round. Meanwhile, the Warriors are still just trying to figure out their defense. Dave, what you think?
Yeah. The Warriors defense is not good. 18th is not good. Not good at all. And that doesn't back up anything that Draymond was saying as being the leader of the defense. If you're the leader of the defense, then you can't be 18th. I understand you got injuries. Andrew Wicker's been out and all that, but you've had this team, this core team has been there for pretty much the rest of the year. And you're 18th. That's not good. It's not good at all. And then you have a terrible road record. You haven't even won 10 games on the road all season. I don't see how you think you're going to be able to do something with that. You only won 7 games. That's bad. That's terrible. But just as far as the one-on-one thing, they pretty much just about played the same yesterday. It wasn't that big of a difference. Dillon Brooks was 6 of 15 from the field and 1 of 7 from 3. So they won the game. I get it. I understand that. They won the game and more power to the Grizzlies. But that wasn't all because of Dillon Brooks. And just like that loss wasn't really all a Draymond Green. But right now, you got to give it to the Grizzlies right now. The Grizzlies are playing better right now. They're 3rd seed. They're better than the Warriors. If the Warriors play them in the series, I don't see how anyone will be able to pick the Warriors right now. I really don't see it. I understand you got Steph, and Clay has played better this year, but your defense is not good enough, and you can't win on the road. More than likely, the Grizzlies will be the home team, which means you're going to have to beat them at home. You haven't been able to beat anybody at home for real this year. So right now, Dillon Brooks is winning this. As far as the rivalry, I agree with Draymond. It's not a rivalry yet until you win a championship. But right now, it's fun to watch. So I would like to see this again. I'm not going to lie. If they match up in the playoffs again, I'm going to watch this series just to see how those two are going to play.
We forgot one more person too, because Klay Thompson was a part of this too, right?
Mm-hmm. Him and Jared Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rivalry.
You call him a bum.
Yeah. It's a big brother, little brother rivalry. Like the Warriors, of course, are the big brothers in this, but they listen when the Grizzlies talk. It's not like they just let things fly.
Yeah. So, but it's all Andrew Wiggins. Is he coming back? That's what I want to know. Is he gonna come back? Because if he comes back, then their defense is gonna get back to normal, I think. And then if they both teams have 4 strength days, I might roll with the Warriors. Tell you the truth.
Full strength,
Because
yeah. You
Oh,
have
full
to.
strength, yes.
Yeah.
I might do that full strength. I'm talking about right now.
oh, right now,
Right
yeah,
now, I'm going with the
without
Grizzlies.
Ja.
Yeah, I'm going with the Grizzlies.
Oh no, I go with the Warriors in the 7-game series. Without Ja Morant, I go with the Warriors. Ja comes back though, because they don't have Ja, Steven Adams, or Brandon Clark. That's big in the
That's
7-game
true.
series.
They don't have Wiggins. They don't have GP2. Their defense is not good. And Draymond ain't. I mean, their road record's terrible. They will
Yeah, it
have to
is,
go
bro.
into. They will have
But
to go into.
so was Memphis.
Yes, I get that. But Memphis is at home. Memphis will be at home in the series.
That's true. They will be.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more so talking about that road. That road record is not good, and their defense is
It's
terrible. So
But they got Steph Curry though, man, the best player on the court. Is
That's-
John out there too? Sorry, I mean, it won't happen. We won't get that because John's coming back. So
Is
that's
he?
a good debate though.
Find out
Is
on the next
he?
episode.
You're right.
we don't know yet. We
You're
don't
right.
know yet.
If I think he will, but we don't know. We don't know. All right, so let's move on to the team that's above the Grizzlies who don't have a home court advantage against this team. It's the Sacramento Kings versus the Knicks last night. Now, obviously, me being the Kings ran something like that title. Obviously, being a Kings fan, y'all saw me in the chat. I was lit in the chat because we finally get to play prime time, right? But they ended up winning the game, even though they had a 21-point lead, and the Knicks came all the way back and tied it up late in the fourth quarter, but they still ended up maintaining the lead, never lost it. So let's talk about our reaction to that. Now, look, so I like how so it's crazy. First off, here I came on. Dave did his doghouse about what Kendrick Perkins, and I came afterwards talking about the national media not giving us no love.
Mm-hmm.
I turned on my TV today, watching Key and Jay. You know what? I watched it afterwards. It's already recorded. I'm just fast forwarding, seeing the Kings logo. I don't see it. Okay. I go to a different show, fast forward. Do I see the Kings logo? No, I don't see it. Nobody. I'm like, what the heck? Nobody's still talking about us. Nah, I do gotta give a shout out to First Take. First Take gave us Jerry, like the bean. First Take did give us the quick take. I think the fast take, whatever the take that segment they had when they just give a quick take, we were on there. And they did show us a little love. Shout out to Kendrick Perkins, even though he's in the doghouse. He said that we were contenders. So
He's trying to get out. That's why.
I'm gonna give him a shout out. So Dave, think about getting out of the doghouse. He made a good take just now.
That's a first. That's a first, Dave.
All right. So I believe last night our half-court defense was tremendous. I know Tom O mentioned in the chat, y'all playing defense today, Joe. We came on the show and I said we haven't played defense. I thought half-court was great. We held Randall to 39%, and we held RJ Barrett to 37%, which is pretty good, right? They couldn't do nothing. Jalen Brunson got hurt in the first half. He had 19 and 19 minutes. But if y'all watch, that was misleading. People said like he was cooking us. He was hitting a bunch of open threes and stuff like that. But one-on-one with Davion Mitchell, he was getting strapped. So we were great offensively, in my opinion. We shot 52% from the field. We had 60 points in the paint. We were dominating the paint. Sabonis finished with a triple-double, 24, 13 to 10. Second one in a row. Malik Monk was a monster in the first half. He had 17 points, 4 from 3. We had 7 plays in double figures. Fox had 23 and 7, including 15. In the chat, y'all. That's why I got to join this chat. Teddy was like, man, I need Fox to get this. I'm like, Teddy, don't worry. No. They went on a big run, and we called timeout. And I put in the chat and said, it's the De'Aaron Fox time. And he went on the tear. He had 15 points in the fourth quarter, shooting 71%. Including the game-sealing layup he did. Cook Josh Hart. Oh, my gosh. I like Josh Hart, too. But he got cooked by De'Aaron Fox. So I have one issue, though, and I'm pretty sure I know what the issue is. We took 84 shots. They took 101. Is it because of turnovers? No. We forced 13 turnovers. They forced 12. We forced more turnovers. Y'all already know what it was. Offensive rebounding. They had 23 offensive rebounds. Josh Hart had 8 by himself. That's crazy. A guard. 23 offensive rebounds, 17 second chance points to our 4. That's why they stayed in the game. They also had they out fast breaked us, which we are great in the fast break, 23 to 7. but we still won because the offense is so good. But we can't be living like that, living life on the airs like that. We can't be doing that. So Mike Brown, I like the fact that he came out in the press conference. I had posted on IG. He called out the team. He said, "I'm gonna hold Sabonis and Fox accountable to be great in every possession of the game, and I need him to hold the team accountable." I love that, and that's why he's the coach of the year. So we still got the win. I'll take it. Once again, America, the Kings are legit, like the bean.
Like the bean.
Joe, man, that's my thing, to talk about the press conference, man. You brought up the 23 offensive rebounds. I was about to say that, man. Mike Brown literally said it, man. He said that's not how we should be playing basketball right now, giving up 23 offensive rebounds. But as a Wizards fan, I know what it is to give up offensive rebounds. So, hey, the fact that y'all, like you said, they had the 21-point lead, then you almost squandered it away. But what did we say yesterday when we were talking about the show? After you named all the stats, you said y'all 8-2 in the last 10 games. You 13 games above 500. Like, all this for the Kings is great. This is why Mike Brown should be coach of the year. However, I said the Knicks have been balling, and the Knicks have been showing improving because of the way they beat Boston as well. And sometimes it comes down to coaching. And the fact that Mike Brown is now back as a head coach to go up against Thibodeau, who's changed around the whole culture himself. If you think about the Knicks and you think about the Kings, it's kind of they on the same parallel trajectory of turning around the franchises and now winning. Look what happened. You all showed and improved. I'm still surprised you didn't say this. 4-0 in national games. I thought you would have brought this up. I thought you would have brought that one up too. 4-0. Every time you're on national TV, when the lights get bright, the Kings show up. So I guess the like the beam standpoint. I can't add any more stats to it because this is your team. I watched it last night. I've been watching the Kings a little bit. I seen Julius Randle almost put up 50 again on the Wizards and just how he was balling. And the way the defensive strategy that you all put out there in the first quarter, where it was just double team Randle and make everybody else play. It worked. It was effective because at times he was just forcing shots up. Like, instead of just looking for the open person, I was like, what are you doing out here? It's not all about you, but hey, you got to learn. To me, the Kings are a threat. We said they were a contender. You're slowly but surely getting better on the defensive end. And every time Mike Brown comes out in the post game and challenges a person or the team in general, y'all get better the next game, the next 10 games. His name is just like the next night. It's like the next 5 to 10 games you all show improve on that, whatever Mike Brown's asked you to do. So shout out to the Kings. I'm just mad I can't light a beam in DC or something like that.
We got room, Tombo. We got room.
No. I'm not staying up to 12 o'clock, man, watching no games. I can't do that. You got it.
Yeah, you got that, Joe. I want to talk about the defense that y'all played yesterday. On two players, on their two best players, on Randle and RJ Barrett. Neither one of them could shoot from three yesterday. They were missing like crazy. Randle was 2 of 12 from three, and Barrett was 1 of 8. And then total from the field, Randle was 8 of 22, and Barrett was 9 of 23. Yeah, they got over 20 points, but it took them 20 shots to get there. So it's like every shot they took was a bucket. Was 1 point. Every shot they took was equal to a point, and actually a little less than that maybe. So it's like your defense is improving. I understand you might not be a top 5 defense right now in the league, but from everything you're doing with your offense is able to help out your defense. Like you said yesterday, you got number 1 offense in NBA history, not just the league this year, NBA history. This has never been done before. And then you got Sabonis, who's been out there, who's been balling. He got another triple-double last night, 24, 13, and 10. And then Fox played a really good game last night, had 23 7. But all your other players, you had other players in double figures too. Barnes had 10, Murray had 11. Kevin Huerter had 14. Trey Lyles, who I played on. The only reason I know about him because when I had 2K a couple years ago, I made sure I used him a lot when he was with Utah. So Trey Lyles put up 16, and then of course Malik Monk. Malik Monk has been that spark in the defense, man. I think if we were to talk about someone else being the 6th man of the year, Malik Monk should be talked about in that conversation because look at where the team is, and he has been balling. Now there's been games where he's had 30 off the bench. He had a game where he had 40 off the bench. Him and Fox had 40. Him and Fox had 40 pieces together. I think Fox had 42. He had 45. Like, come on, man. He got to get some talks into that conversation now. I understand we were talking about Malcolm Brogdon and all these other players, but I really think Malik Monk needs to have some conversation in that 6 man of the year. So this team is definitely, and I want to say this too, because I think I shared this in the chat as well, and I had a feeling no one was going to talk about this, but Nick Wright on First Things First only gave the Kings a 1% shot of making it to the finals. My issue with this is you gave the Lakers an 8% shot, and they're in the play-in right now.
LeBron.
LeBron ain't even playing right now.
I'm saying that's why he gave him the 8.
I get it, but how can you give a team in the play-in tournament right now a better shot than someone who's breaking a record right now, who had a 16-year drought? It's not being talked about in the media. Malik Monk has been balling. De'Aaron Fox, you had 2 All-Stars in the team. 3 of them were in the All-Star weekend. Because people forget Kevin Huerter was in the 3-point contest. He didn't do well, but he was there. You got a Coach of the Year candidate, and this is where I don't think Tibbs will get that, because remember the Knicks were in the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yep.
So they haven't had this long of a drought. You got Harrison Barnes, who was with the Warriors, who won a championship with the Warriors. You have players in here who are hungry, who want more. This team needs to be talked about a lot more. And Nick Wright, you're wrong for thinking that the Lakers have a better shot of making it to the finals than the Kings. I'm sorry. I just don't. I personally don't believe that. I don't think the Lakers have a better shot. Yeah, I understand that they got better, but the Kings have been consistent all season long. They didn't need to go grab someone in order to improve. So I'm saying the Kings are better.
Yeah, and you said the percentage for the Lakers was tied with who?
It was tied with the Nuggets. The Nuggets. The Nuggets is the number 1 team in the West right now, and you gave a team in the play-in tournament the same chance as. Come on.
In the words of Dave,
my guy, you in the doghouse.
Look, I could sit here and listen to y'all talk good about the Kings all day. I really appreciate it.
I'm not. I'm done after this.
But it was like music to my ears. I was just sitting there like, this is in the days, man. I appreciate y'all.
Well, we good. Just don't read the comments.
Yeah, I know. We got some haters, people that we swept in the season. It's all good. All right. So our next topic, Fred VanVleet, right? He sounded off. We don't have the audio with us, but he went off on a particular referee that he felt as though has been on his case ever since he's been refereeing his games. 3 out of his 8 tacks has came from this one referee. So we're going to talk about it. This segment is over. So, Fred VanVleet, let me start by saying this. I understand him. I understand where he's coming from. I think we all do. I think we all agree what he's saying, Fred VanVleet. Now, you got to think about this. He's smart. He recently signed a 4-year, $85 million deal, fully guaranteed, by the way, like most NBA contracts. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. And he can afford a $35,000 fine, right? So he's like, okay, I'm going to come out. I don't care if I get fined because I got $85 million coming in guaranteed. Y'all got to take my $35,000, but I'm going to get my point across. And then what he said, he didn't really attack the guy. He just spoke what he think is going on, right? That's what I like about it. Now, obviously, he used profanity, but he didn't talk with anger. You can tell he was talking like he was talking to one of his friends. He was so calm. You can tell us how he talked every day. He wasn't really angry and like, I'm mad. He was just talking. He's like, man, there's some referees that come here to do their job, but it's, a couple of them that just take over the game. Like, he was so calm. I like how he delivered the message. All right. So I understand that part about it. So now the players, though, this is what I don't get. Now, it's not with Fred VanVleet. This is, if we're going to make the situation better with the referees, this is what we can't do. We can't be complaining after every single call. We can't. All right. Every time we get a call, we can't just be yelling at the refs after every single play. And there are situations when they're blatantly wrong. They go into the monitor. They tell the coach, trust the player, I'm doing it like it's NFL. He throw the challenge, ring the bell, ring the light. They look at the camera. Everybody in the arena see you wrong. The car stands, and you still going off on the ref. Like, I see that. I'd be like, I never get it. Now look, y'all know what I was told. I'm pretty sure y'all were taught this too. I was taught this when I was younger. Do not talk trash to the person that's giving you your food. Don't do that. When you go to a restaurant, don't trash the waitress or the waiter because they're gonna bring you your food. They could do anything to your food. They could put something in it. They could spit in it. That's one thing we don't want to happen, right? So I always respected the person who's bringing me my food. So why not respect the person who's going to control the game with the refereeing? I never understood that. Now there are times when you're gonna get your emotions get the best of you, and you're gonna go off. I get that, but after every single play, come on. So that's my thing. Now, what I think the NBA should do, which I think they won't do, but it's what they should do. After every game, not the same day, but the next day, give the referees time to look at film, the NBA time to look at film, all that stuff. Instead of coming out with these reports, how about you not interview, the head referee of the game does a press conference. And they answer questions about calls that change the game, or if a player like Fred VanVleet called him out, they address that and say, what do you think about that? But the NBA is not going to do that. I know why? Because we all know controversy brings ratings. That's why they're going to always let the fans vote, because controversy brings ratings. It got to be a debate somewhere, right? So those are my thoughts on that. Tombo, talk to us.
I like that was perfect, man, because we don't even share notes over the show when we talking about it. We just get the topics. I was going to bring up the ref's name, Ben Taylor. Ben Taylor, official number 46. 10th season, Ben Taylor has officiated 499 regular season games, 22 playoff games in 9 seasons. I mean, well, this will be his 10th. So we just got to get his resume out there. Out of these few games, I think Fred said in his post conference, this was like the second time I think he teed him up, and it made a difference. Third. See, so that means it's something personal there. And I think it was another game where I watched where he probably was just one time a person just put his hands up and he gave him a check too. So sometimes these refs just want to be all stars, and then we also got to think about that one ref who was point shaving. If you don't know about it, watch that documentary on Netflix.
Don't bring that up, man.
I'm just saying, it's out here. But these refs, I agree with what you were saying on that part, Joe, where these refs need to be held accountable. But also, I think they need a game suspension. If you can come back after the game and say something about like, oh, no, we made a bad call, and then you just walk away like that's it. Like, no, who made the bad call? And then hold that person accountable. Like, no, you can't referee for these next 2 games or so. I know what they'll do sometimes is they'll say, well, you can't referee 2 or 3 playoff games, or you can't be a part of the finals crew. And I think that's how they do it in the NFL. They're like, you can't be a part of the NFL officiating crew for the Super Bowl. But I kind of got my money now. If I can mess up somebody's playoff dreams, then I'll do it again in the playoffs. I don't need to be in the Super Bowl. I mean, or you could just slip on the field. I'm always say that. But for this guy, if I'm Fred, I'll take another $30K fine. I'll tell the owners, I'm like, look, man, you gotta look out for me on this one. At least take $15K off of it. Maybe Drake will pay the fine for him because of what it's doing. Because I feel as though more players are gonna start speaking up about this. Because this game change. Sometimes this is game changing calls that are happening. It's not like it's just a random thing where it's like, oh, you missed a traveling call, or oh, you missed a carrying call. No, it'd be actual fouls or somebody stepping out of bounds and making a 3-pointer and they win the game because the ref was looking at his foot out of bounds but didn't say anything and let the ball go that way. So, Ben, step it up, man.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Troy Vincent when you was going through that.
Troy already at the top, so if you want to talk about the head ref, he just going to make things happen anyway in his favor. So
That's true.
Troy Vincent.
But
Troy signed off on that field. That's why I ain't mentioned him.
They overwatered the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think referees should definitely be fined when they do something wrong. A lot of times we like to say players get emotional, but refs get emotional too. They definitely get emotional too, because most of those texts are because of emotions. Most of those texts, they have no reason. Like, I remember one time, Jason Tatum, all he did was give the referee the ball and then give him a tag.
Yep.
I was like, what? I was like, come on, man. You gave him a take. All he did was give you the ball. Jordan Poole too gave the ball to the referee. This was recent. This is a couple games ago. Gave the ball to the referee and he got attacked. He was like, "What? Like you did the call? I stopped, gave you the ball, and walked off, and you gave me a tech for what?" These refs sometimes are causing the games to, I won't say not be watchable, but it makes it hard to watch sometimes because you see these things happen and it happens too consistently. And they're not being held accountable for it. I know Adam Silver came out and said that, yeah, we do hold them accountable. How? We don't know that. We don't see fines that's going on. You're not fining them. You're not suspending them for games. You're not stopping them from refereeing games. So how are you really holding them accountable? We don't see it. You see, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a double standard. You're gonna hold the players accountable for their actions. You hold coaches accountable and owners, but not the referees. The referees don't have any part in this. Like, come on, you refs. We know about like Tomo said. We know about the referee who was point shaving. So that right there, you should have been holding refs accountable since then. And now you got betting in the game. How you don't know these refs got these parlays in, huh? How you know they got parlays in these games? I'm pretty sure they know they got people that's probably betting for them. They're like, hey, you know what? I just ain't gotta say it's me. I had someone else put it in for me, and then boom, there you go. I got that money. You need me to make sure this don't happen. I bet. Tech. Foul. No calls. Come on, this stuff is becoming too normal. Adam Silver, you gotta do something about this. You have to. The game is becoming. I'm not gonna say it's becoming unwatchable. I'm still gonna watch the NBA because it's exciting. But sometimes it becomes hard to watch when these games are being decided by referees. Something's got to give. Something got to give. You got to hold them accountable, fine them, suspend them, do whatever you need to do. But you can't hold everyone else accountable and not hold them.
Yeah, refs kind of remind me like TSA. You know, you have some people that are more relaxed, and then you have that one TSA agent, and we all seen that skit where he was like, "Move down." So you got some wrestlers just like that. They sit around in the break room. They're like, you know what? Bradley Beal complained every time he goes up in the air. He's not getting no calls. And they're like, all right, no calls on 3. And then they go out for the night, and that's just what it is. So, yeah, something needs to happen.
And y'all remember when so you said off emotion, Scott Brooks, same team, right? The game before against the Nuggets. Literally, Scott Brooks, I was talking to myself. He has 0 attacks for the game. This is less than like 2 minutes left in the game. You about to beat the number 1 seed. And he gets attacked and thrown out the game because he questioned the referee's integrity. I mean, don't they do that all game? When they complain to you?
Question your integrity? You ain't see it.
And then remember when Rasheed Wallace literally got attacked for staring at the referee. He was staring at the referee. The referee said, he's intimidating me. Like, come on, dog. Like, someone got to give. But like I said, controversy brings ratings. All right. So the moment I've been waiting for, not your average top 5. All right. So we're going to kick this thing off, and I'm excited about it. All right. I'm so excited about this segment, but let's start right here. So look, bring the camera on me. I'm my Stephen A. Put the camera on me.
Well, excuse us.
I'm just playing. All right. Look, y'all. Every Friday, we're going to do not your average top 5. Every Monday/Tuesday, we got Get Done, Son. Shout out to Tomo. Every Thursday, we got Dave's Doghouse. Shout out to Dave. Today is Friday. And today, the top 5 we're going to do are the top 5 MVPs candidates in the NBA right now. All right? So, Tomo and Dave, if one of y'all can help me with the controls. All right? So, at number 5, and this is going to shock a lot of people. First of all, I want to say this. There are only 3 people in this top 5 that are actually really has a chance to win MVP. Only 3. But this is a top 5. So there are 2 that I think that are in the top 5, but they don't have a chance to win MVP. It's too late in the season. But number 5. First, sorry, Tom.
Oh.
Here's my MVP criteria. Stats. contribution to winning, personal success, team success, and are you doing anything that's historic, like haven't been done? All right. Number 5. Show me number 5 if you can. All right. I guess I'll do it. Oh, you got it? Go ahead. Go ahead. Show me number 5 if you can. Oh, yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
The chefs,
All right.
man, the chefs.
De'Aaron Fox. All right. So now a lot of y'all might say, Joe, you got De'Aaron Fox. Are you being biased? Like, honestly, y'all, I tried to find another person that deserves MVP over De'Aaron Fox. That's 5, other than the 4 I already have. But it's not no one who deserves it other than his teammate Sabonis, to be honest with you. So let's talk about this. De'Aaron Fox, he averaged 25 points a game while shooting 51.5%. There are 15 players that's averaging 25 points a game as far as qualified, because you got some people who average over 25, but they've been hurt all year. They don't really qualify. 15 players average 25 points a game. Only 2 of them are shooting better than De'Aaron Fox, and that's Giannis and Embiid. Also, while averaging 25 points, he averages 6 assists. Out of those 15 players that average 25 points, only 6 of them average 6 assists. Sorry, only 2 of them. I'm so sorry. Only 2 of them average 6 assists, and that's John Morant and De'Aaron Fox. And we all know John Morant's situation. It's probably safe to say that he's not going to MVP this year. Also, De'Aaron Fox, he leads the NBA in clutch points while shooting 55% in the clutch. He's leading the number 1 offense in NBA history. They are the number 2 seed. He also is leading the team to break the all-time NBA streak of not making the playoffs, which is 16. The Kings are overachieving. So when I look at De'Aaron Fox, he qualifies in stats, contribution to winning, personal success with the clutch award, team success, number 1 offense in NBA history, and historic by the breaker streak. De'Aaron Fox is my number 5. At number 4, can you bring it up for me? It's Jason Tatum. Now, I was long-winded with De'Aaron Fox because a lot of people probably didn't believe he should be top 5, so I had to give you a legit reason why he's top 5. Now, in these next 4, I believe everybody had these guys in their top 5. So I'm not going to be long-winded with these people. But Tatum at number 4, right? Tatum is averaging 30 points a game while being the number 2 seed in the East. Tatum is tied with the most 30-point games in the NBA right now behind Luka with 36. There are six players this year, which is crazy, that's averaging 30 points a game. 3 of them are top 3 seed, including Tatum, and the other 3 are not even in the top 6 seeds, so they automatically disqualified. So that's number 4. Number 3, can you hold me? Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, Giannis has a big chance to win MVP. Like I said, these last 3 people has a big chance to win MVP. Giannis averaging 31, 12, and 5. No one averaged these numbers since Wilt Chamberlain had. That's how crazy, that's how historic what he's doing right now is great, right? While having the best record in the NBA, not in the East. I'm talking about the NBA. And he's 3rd in defensive win shares, so he's playing both ends of the floor. So Giannis has a great case to actually win MVP because he has the best record in the league while averaging these numbers. But he's number 3 on my list. And number 2, we have Joel Embiid. Now, although Joel Embiid is 2, I think that Joel Embiid has a great chance to win MVP this year. So Joel Embiid, he's been a runner-up the last 2 years. That actually helps him out in this case. He's been a runner-up. He hasn't been awarded yet the MVP trophy. Once again, right, he's leading the league in scoring, y'all. He did it last year, and he's doing it again this year by averaging 33 points a game. He's top 10 in blocks. He's 2nd in PER, and he's a 3rd seed in the East. The way I think Joel Embiid can steal this MVP, he just beat Giannis. He gets to play Giannis again. He gets to play Tatum again, and he gets to play Jokic again. Embiid has to dominate all those games, and I promise you, if they continue to win, Joel Embiid will win MVP this year. But on my list, he's number 2. And there's only one number 1, and number 1 is Nikola Jokic. All right. So 2-time MVP. This time he's averaging a triple-double. The number 1 seed in the West. Now, this way Jokic is actually hurting himself. Although he's number 1 seed in the West, he's a third best team in the NBA. So they're not the best team. That's why Joel Embiid has a chance to pass Jokic, because I believe, if I'm mistaken, if anybody got the standards up, Embiid is only 2 games behind Jokic, and Jokic's number been sliding lately too. So Embiid has to, like I say, is a high chance of passing Jokic. But what's helping Jokic is a triple-double while being number 1 seed, and he leads the NBA in PER. The MVP trophy is like in the past, probably like I think 11 years, and I have a stat from 11 years, has the MVP trophy has went to the number 1 PER person, except for Anthony Davis when he led PER because he wasn't in the playoffs. And so he was the 8th seed, and then you had Russell Westbrook, who was a 9th seed. And guess what? The third best player was Steph Curry, PER. He won MVP that year. But outside of that year, every person who led the NBA in PER won the MVP. And those are your not so average top 5. Fellas, do you have anything wrong with this list?
Bruh.
Joe, I like how you said what you said about the fact that you picked number 5 and everybody gonna think you was biased. But there's gonna be, I know Kev's gonna watch this, and there's gonna be some other folks that's gonna watch this. And I'm like, what about Luka?
Mm-hmm.
They're like right there. They're like stat for stat. Outside of the shooting percentage, they're literally almost the same play. I think Luka's averaging 33 points a game, eight. We're gonna round up and say 9 rebounds and 8 assists. Like, why would you not put him at number 5?
The reason why, because Luka is a 7th seed right now, or 8th seed, I should say. There has never been an MVP who won MVP in modern day history as an 8th seed. So, no, he can't be MVP. Okay. When he matters.
I just need you to throw it out there, because
people want to ask. Good question. Dave, or any other play you want to throw out there?
No, there's. I mean, who else can we name? We can't say KD. He been out most of the year. Can't say Devin Booker. Out
most of the year.
Yeah, almost a year. Who else who else could we possibly put up there? Can't say Steph, because
I got you. The closest person I thought about was Donovan Mitchell. Closest person.
I did think about him too. I did think about Donovan Mitchell too. I definitely did, because look at what he's doing with Cleveland. Cleveland was in the play-in last year, if I remember. They were in the play-in last year, and then I believe they lost their first round matchup.
No, they didn't make the playoffs. They lost to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right. They lost to Atlanta in the play-in. And this year they're the 4th seed in the East, and he had in that 71 point game, he had over 10 assists. So it's not that he was just jacking. He actually had his teammates involved and still put up 70 points.
But his numbers are similar to Fox, but Fox has the clutch thing going on.
Can it be a tie?
The only person I can think about tie was Fox for real is a bonus.
I'm thinking about let's shake this up a little bit, because I like your list. And now that y'all threw Mitchell out there, let's say MVP is full season, but lately the Boston Celtics have been slipping. So if you move Fox to 4,
no, the Celtics is 2nd seed. They got a better record than us.
No, I'm not. I can't put.
But we say if you going off right now, if you think about how the season gonna play out, I'm saying the Kings had they had a tougher hill to climb than Boston. And if you take Tatum out of that rotation, I think Boston still wins a couple more games. If you take Fox out of that rotation, I don't think the Kings are where they are. Yeah,
we saw what the Kings did without Fox. Kings didn't win without Fox, but that's also because the Celtics have already been there. This is still the Kings. The Kings are not a new team. Not saying that they just came out of nowhere, but the Kings. This is their first time being in the playoffs in 16 years, so it's a little different.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I get that, but what I'm saying is,
that's he hope.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Can I address it real quick? James, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Joe.
Because he missing James Harden. He missing James Harden. So, I say Sabonis. Now, James Harden leading in assists. Sabonis leading the league in rebounders, but also Sabonis leading the league in double doubles, and he's third in triple doubles. So that's why I think Sabonis should be up there above James Harden. Tell you the truth. And James Harden missed a whole month of basketball. Sabonis broke his thumb, and he still played throughout the whole season. He only missed one game the whole season. So, and that matters. And that's one of the reasons why Jokic won 2 years ago, because he played all 82 games while LeBron missed time, James Harden missed time, and Embiid missed time. Him playing 82 games actually helped this MVP case. So that's why I had Sabonis over James Harden.
And I got one more question. Like, you couldn't have found a better picture for Joker?
I know, right? You're not even smiling.
He's like,
He
whatever.
like, oh, it's my third time around. I'm not happy.
You know what I'm saying?
And B not smiling because he like, man, I'm the runner up again.
And you see Giannis, he just happy because he won. He's like, I got my ring.
Yeah, no, Giannis cheating. Him and Tatum.
Man.
All right, there you go. So let's wrap this up. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with somebody that you guys know so they can actually go back and watch this live episode that we're doing right now. Also, appreciate you all for using the comment section. Like always, y'all always active. We see all the comments. We respond to them. Like J-Mo threw out a question. We answered it on the spot. That's what we do on here, all right? And Tomo, talk to them about those IG chats.
Man, Instagram chats. If you all want to be a part of this Refuse to Lose community, we got a few IG chats that you can join and you can be a part of. You can participate in the debates. You can also get all the latest updates and news, injuries, transfer portals. Man, just maybe another Ja Morant story comes out and you want to hear about it before ESPN. Maybe Kendrick Perkins apologizes to JJ Redick and you want to hear about that. These are all the things you're going to get when you join one of these chats. And here's the list of the chats. We got the NFL chat. We got the NBA chat. We got the college football chat. We got college basketball, boxing, and MLB. And again, all of these are located on Instagram. Not GroupMe, not WhatsApp. This is Instagram, okay? So don't slide in the Refuse to Lose DMs, dropping your phone number off, talking about something. I'm trying to join the GroupMe chats. It's not happening. It's all on Instagram, okay? If you want to join any of these chats, if you're on Instagram, just follow us at Refuse to Lose Sports. Just hit us up on the DMs and say, hey, I want to join all of these chats or I want to join a specific chat. If you're on TikTok, same process. Just hit us up on at Refuse to Lose. Hit us up in the DMs. Tell us what chat you want to join, and we'll bring you over to Instagram. They're only on Instagram, so don't be on TikTok thinking there's a chat on TikTok. If you're on Facebook, same thing. Hit us up in the comments on Facebook because I forgot you can comment on Facebook too. Just leave a comment there, and you can tell us what chat you want to be a part of. Facebook and Instagram is the same thing, so just let us know, and we'll add you. If you're on YouTube, you can drop your name in the comment section. If you don't want to do that on YouTube, then again, find one of the social medias, hit us up, and we'll add you. Same if you want to hit us up on Twitter, we're at R2L Sports. That's the only place where the name is different. It's Twitter. Everywhere else is Refuse to Lose Sports. And I would talk about the Refuse to Lose chat, but y'all already know what's going on. I ain't got to tell you too much. The people will come on here and tell you about it. I'm trying to get a debate sparked up, so maybe we'll have some more folks come on here.
Maybe we can get that NFC East debate to go on again, even though it's the off season. Seems like it's still heating up.
It's only two teams that's talking, man.
Yeah,
Them Eagles fans a little sad.
a little.
A lot of that. So last words, like the bean, great job, y'all. We talked enough about y'all today. I want to talk about this team right here. I want to give a shout out for a second. Shout out to Mark. All right. Shout out. Oh, my man Mark in the comments too. Back.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Mark. All right. Mark is a guy in the chat that gets killed. And you know why he gets killed? Because he's not afraid to give bold takes. All right. Now, I give bold takes at times, like Derek Carr when he beat. That was stupid. All right. I get it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, Joe.
We didn't expect Josh. Go ahead, do your thing.
I did.
All right. Eric said, but you had logic. No, it made me feel good. That was a bad take. All right. So, and I also said, I don't think Tyrese Halliburton could be an all-star. I think he'd be a really good player. But he became an all-star his first year when he left us. So that's another bad take. So we get bad takes. the thing is, what Mark does is this, y'all. I'm giving Mark some love real quick. We all got thoughts in our head. We all like, you know what? I believe this. I believe this is my team, but I'm not gonna say it yet. I'm gonna say it when the coast is clear. Mark is like, I'm gonna say what I believe, and I'm gonna go with the flow. Now I know sometimes you gotta be smart, right? That's it's not smart, it's the period. Sometimes you gotta be smart for what you say. You gotta think before you speak. So if you got logic behind what you're saying, go ahead and say it. Don't be afraid. Like, hey, I said we making the playoffs. Number 2 seed. Hey, he got manifested, right? So shout out to my man Mark. But the Commanders, listen, y'all. I know Sam Howell's at quarterback right now. But like, think about this. With the situation we've been in the last couple of years, we didn't have a quarterback. But we've been right there either in the playoffs or right there to make the playoffs every year. With no quarterback, without a good offensive coordinator. Now you bring an Airbnb enemy, a Super Bowl champion, with a mobile quarterback of Sam Howell. Listen, I'm letting you know right now, we are making the playoffs this year. I believe we're gonna make the playoffs. I just don't know what's our record's gonna be. Cause I look at around our division, the Eagles got 1 million free agents. Cowboys, I got some free agents too to worry about. I got a bunch of free agents too. But y'all did some stuff with that cap space. But there's never been a repeated division champion. So in over almost 20 years, Tombo. So let's go. Talk to me.
Go ahead, talk about.
You're born your card. They know the truth. It's all good. I ain't here to entertain them. They rivals, man. I got to talk to y'all.
You and Mark. You know what? Look, I appreciate what Mark does in the chat, and I also appreciate what you do on the show, Joe. But I'm telling you, you're at a 10 right now. I remember that Bears episode. I don't want to have another one of them episodes. All right, where you're like, if they don't win by a point, I'm done with them. You ready to fire everybody? So look, all my last words is more so, man. Hey, make sure y'all participate in these chats, man, because getting in these chats, you learn a lot. Telling you, if you are in one of the chats where you like, I'm an NFL fan and I know a lot about the NFL and I know about the NBA, join the MLB chat, because in that chat you learn everything, all the way down to stats and then potential players coming out. Same thing with the college football and college basketball. Me myself, I never watched that much baseball, so now we got like 4 or 5 folks in the chat that's like, we even got a coach in there, so he tell you how an actual hit should be, or the way your back needs to turn when you're trying to hit a home run. Like, you just learn so much stuff in there. As far as college basketball, I need them Spartans to lose, because we got an almanac in car. They lost? Oh, I'm good. Go ahead, Dave. Take it away.
I'm not gonna be in that chat today.
Yeah.
They on the phone right now. Look.
They lost. Yeah, but shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all the people in the comments. Shout out to the Refuse to Lose family. Without y'all, I don't know where we would be. I definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Joe. Gotta give a shout out to Joe first, because this all started with him first. This is my chance to give you your flowers, my guy. Me and Joe have known each other for years. Definitely excited about this journey that I'm on with you. You started this just a couple years ago, and look at where we are now. We're really close to being monetized, almost at 1,000 subscribers. I understand the help that Tomo got here, but we wouldn't be here if you didn't start it. So thank you for being selfless and not selfish. Definitely appreciate that. And definitely appreciate that. Thank you for giving us a platform to really talk about the things that we love the most. I've never been a part of this. Never thought that I would be able to talk in front of people on YouTube. This is not something that I thought before, but hey, once I saw you do it, it just gave me the idea. Hey, I could do this too. So you're an inspiration, big brother. Appreciate you. Also, we've been doing good on time the last 2 shows, y'all. Hey, we've been doing good on time the last 2 shows. So hey, shout out to us. We doing good. We got the rotation going on now, so we got it. But I want to talk to Duke right now. I done talked to Miami Heat already. I ain't got nothing to say about you. Brock Purdy had his surgery today. So good luck on your recovery. You got 6 months. So good luck on your recovery. But Duke, we play Miami tonight at 7. Last time we played, we got blown out. Right now, we're a 3-point favorite, but let's be real. We know how good Miami is. Don't go in there BSing. Go in there, play your game, and let's come out with a W. Let's go, Duke.
Hold on.
That's it for me.
We got like 30 seconds before we off the air. How you root for you talking about the U, right? When you
I know, right?
Miami,
I'm thinking the same thing.
Like you root for the football team.
Yes. That's because, like, look, this is how I'm explaining. I'm explaining this, okay? So growing up, football was my first sport. It was my first love. College football was my first love. The first time I ever watched a football game on national TV was the Miami Hurricanes going against Florida State. And we blew them out. Since then, I've been a University of Miami fan. I didn't even watch basketball during that time. And when basketball came up, I didn't even know Miami had a basketball team. First team I saw was Duke.
Okay.
And that's when I saw Duke play, that became my favorite team. So I didn't even know that until years later. I was like, oh, they actually have a basketball team. Like I didn't understand college at that time. I just knew what it was, and I'm not going to switch now. That's a little crazy.
I mean, Ty did it. You can do it.
I'm not Ty. I'm not Ty. Now, I will say that I actually root for Miami basketball team. I like for them to win, but not against Duke.
Gotcha. Right.
And I don't go crazy like how Ty did with the Eagles. I don't do that.
Don't forget, Ty ain't the only one that switched up. Don't forget Blaze. All right.
I mean,
I'm a Laker for life.
That's true. That's true.
He a Clipper.
Now he a Clipper, and he was trying to figure out if he wanted to go back down, if he wanted to go back upstairs or not. So,
yeah. All right,
you did. Ty, stop capping. You did switch. Stop
He
capping.
talking about himself in the third person.
Ty never switch.
Man.
All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next week on Monday, the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.